Porsche Challenge. Now with a title like that, you assume that you can drive a wide range of Porsches, but sadly not. Hello guys, and welcome into my review of Porsche Challenge exclusively on the Sony PlayStation. This racing game, developed by SCEE internal development team and published by Sony Computer Entertainment, the player and AI cars in the game consist of only Porsche Boxsters. The Porsche Boxsters the player drives can't be modified like upgraded engines or adding body parts, but you can choose the colour and the driver you want to choose.
Oh, come on! Go, go, go!
There are 3 game modes to choose from: Championship, Practice and Time Trial. Time Trial is just one player on their own trying to better their time. Plus it's a good mode to practice your driving skills on other racers. Practice mode is basically quick race. You pick a track, you pick a car, well a Boxster, and a driver. And the main game mode, the Championship. On this mode you race on 4 tracks, and the objective is to finish first place to progress to the next track. And when you complete the championship, you unlock the mirror mode, where you can do the championship again, but this time the tracks are mirrored. As I said earlier, there are only 4 tracks to race on: Stuttgart, a racetrack; USA, loosely based off San Francisco; Japan, based off Tokyo; and Alpine, snowy mountain roads. But the tracks are changeable. There is Classic, which is the normal track; Long Track, which is longer; and Interactive. The track will change in each lap the player does. For example, the first lap could be a short track, and then the second track could be the long track, and the third one could be half of the short track and half of the long track, or vice versa. I nearly forgot to mention that in the game that some of the tracks have shortcuts. Now I don't know about Stuttgart and Japan tracks, but I do know about the shortcuts in the Alpine and the USA tracks that have them. And I believe it works similar to the interactive tracks. Like the first lap, the shortcut might be open, but on the second lap it might be closed. In the USA track, the first shortcut is near the start, at the first corner, which is a long sharp left. There is a mesh fence, if opened, takes you down a kind of drain system. And the second one is at a black gate in between a row of houses. But while filming, the gate decided not to open. In the Alpine track, the first shortcut is on the left side of a stone wall. Alongside is a big black gate. If open, takes you down a cobbled road. The second one is right next to a church with a big wooden gate, and if driven through, will take you down another cobbled road, driving down what looks like a secret little village. And that's the only 2 tracks I know that have shortcuts. The black Porsche I'm using is a unlockable car that I got by completing the championship, or you can choose cheat codes. I might at one point make another video on this showing you all the cheat codes in the game, if you guys are interested in the cheats. The driving positions is very similar to another game on the PlayStation, Rage Racer, where you start at the back of the race and work your way up the positions to first place. But instead of starting the race from a still position like in Rage Racer, in Porsche Challenge it's kind of like a rolling start. While racing, you'll notice at the top of the screen shows you your position, lap time, checkpoint, which is a countdown clock, and laps. Bottom right you have what gear you are in and speed. And on the left, in many other racing games, you may get a mini-map of the track. but instead you get a radar showing you in the middle and the others flying dots are the opponents, which can be tricky for a first timer on this game trying to get used to the tracks, who is not familiar with the layout. But with practice you'll soon get used to the tracks. This game is all about speed, just keeping the X button pushed down and not trying to brake early, because the game has a catch-up AI system which causes AI controlled cars to drive faster and more skillfully when a player's car is ahead of you, which causes the AI controlled cars to drive faster and more skillfully when a player car is ahead of them than when they are in the lead. And with that catch-up AI, it makes the pressure of not making a mistake almost impossible not to. As you can see in some of the races, I lose my position. The default controls for driving are very simple, as most driving games on this system. X is to accelerate, square is to brake, circle to handbrake, L2 to change views, and left and right on the D-pad to steer. Up on the D-pad is the horn and down is to look. Now graphically the game might be outdated by today's standards, but when this game was released in 1997, I think the graphics are pretty darn good. The shadows on the cars when they go under a tunnel or going past hills or trees are nicely detailed, and you can even see the driver turning his or her steering wheel when the player is steering with the D-pad. But with the draw distance you do get pop-in textures. Music in Porsche Challenge has a mix of jazz, disco, rock, techno, 90s music vibe, and I love it. I recommend looking on YouTube for a full soundtrack to listen to. It's up there with the Road Rash soundtrack for greatness. So that was Porsche Challenge on the PlayStation, one of the first racing games I've played on the system, back in the day. Great game when it came out, and still enjoyable today. Looking at the game by today's standard, it would feel like an early beta game, then a fully completed, by the limited tracks that you get. But if it was made today, you'll probably get a track DLC with 5 extra tracks, and they'd probably charge you 30 quid. And if you have a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2 and collect PlayStation games, especially racing ones, give this game a try. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you all soon with another gaming related video similar to this. Take care.